speaking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And it said, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it, man. All right, so even back then, Yahushua was saying that Israel, 2/3 of Israel were in the spirit of Cain, man. They're in the spirit of Esau, Edom. And it's clear to see today, man. It's clear to see that 2/3 are in that spirit. That's why they agree with what he says, right? Everything that Esau says, he puts on the TV, lying. We know it's a lie, man, right? But when Esau says something, we check it out, man, right? We don't just take what Esau says, man, okay? Because why? Because Esau's a liar. He'll pull out some numbers out of nowhere. Oh, this rock was here 18 billion years. Just make up numbers, man, and put it on TV as if it's a fact. So we don't listen to the so-called white man's garbage, man. All right? We check everything out ourselves, man. We do our own research, man. Okay? Why? Because he's a liar. What's that scripture? What's that scripture? Something in Psalms, man. The wicked. Psalm 58. Psalm 58, 3. All right, this is Psalm 58, verse 3. And it reads, the wicked are estranged from the womb. And who's the wicked? The wicked are these Edomites, man. The wicked's not speaking about the Israelites, all right? Because the Israelites are not estranged from the womb. The wicked is speaking about Esau, Edom. Okay, he's estranged from the womb, right? Which means he can't help it, man. Even a little Edomite baby is a devil, man. All right? He's just going to grow up to be a big devil. You see? And it says, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And that's why this society is all built upon lies. Because the rulers of the society are a bunch of liars, man. All right? They deal in falsehood. All right? There's all type of hoaxes and scandals, and you know why? Because Esau, Edom is in the rulership. The nation of Edom, right? Which are these so-called white people. They're in rulership, which they're the wicked according to the Bible. All right. So what we're doing is we're exposing the lies and we're bringing out the truth. All right? That's the biggest threat that there is to the so-called white supremacy, man. Edomite supremacy. It's the truth. That's the biggest threat. All right? Man, listen, the whole society is built on lies, man. The pharmaceutical companies, man. That's all poison, man. All right? That's all poison, and it's made so that you can stay sick but stay alive, but stay sick enough so that you can keep paying them, man. That's what that's all about. That's all dealing with witchcraft. First of all, the word pharmacy or pharmakia means witchcraft. That's what it means, man. Okay? And doctor means to falsify. When you have a doctor, when you doctor a document, you falsify a document. Okay? Because they're not physicians, they're doctors, you see? And that's why men instinctively, they don't like to go to no damn doctor. Because they know in their spirit that ain't the way to go, man. That's where they might die. All right? They might die when they go to the doctor. Okay? But the society is fully built upon witchcraft, man. Okay? Let's get Psalm 64. This is Psalm 64 and verse 1. Matter of fact, verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Yeah. All right, which this is really speaking about the elites. All right, but even these peon Edomites are the same way, man. Right? Because Margaret Sanger wasn't an elite. She was just some, she had a little position, but she was the devil, man. Okay. What she did was she created Planned Parenthood, man. She was one of the co-founders of Planned Parenthood, which was created to actually exterminate you so-called Negroes and Latinos, man. Literally. She quoted that shit, man. All right? And she did that in secret, but the quotes came out. She said, listen, matter of fact, I'll get a quote right now, man. I'll pull up a quote from Google, man, of this devil. They do these things in secret, man. But the Most High is the one who reveals it. The Most High is the one who brings it to the light. And we bring it out to our people. I'm gonna try to find this quote for Margaret Sanger real quick. Should be here. Bear with me, Aki. Bear with me. I'm gonna find this quote real quick. I'm looking for the actual quote, man. I don't know why it's not pulling up. Okay, because I have it on fucking news. It's this is it. The minister's work is also important, and also he should be trained perhaps by the Federation as to our ideals and the goal that we hope to reach. We do not want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population, and the minister is the man who can strengthen out that idea if it ever occurs to any of their more rebellious members, man. So that's a quote from Margaret Sanger, man. You see? So her whole plan was to what? To exterminate the so-called Negro population, man. You see? Or the Israelites, the Judeans. You see? And then you had another devil that was trying to exterminate Puerto Ricans, man, which are our people, man, from the tribe of Egypt. So the truth of these devils, when you really look at it, right, the hate, when you really, it's very evident, man. It's very clear to see. If you don't want to see it, then that's your problem, man. Because Planned Parenthood is where? That's in all the neighborhoods of so-called Israelites, or so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And it was put there on purpose, man. Okay? Because these devils knew exactly what they were doing, man. They know what they're doing right now. There wasn't no accident. You understand? Right now, the numbers of deaths from abortion is higher than any death of anything, man. You see? It's like something hundreds of millions a year. Some crazy shit amongst black women, man. All right? But that's murder, man. You see? The father doesn't have no say in that. But according to the scriptures, the child belongs to the father. So let me read that from the top, man. Verse 2, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, man. So that's bitter words. For her to say that is bitter. That's bitter words, man. That's not sweet words. That's detrimental, man. Okay. But she has some type of power, man. These people who think like that, these Edomites who think like that, they have power over you Israelites. You see? And it says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, right? The perfect is who? The Israelites. It's us. And it says, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They don't, listen, man, why would they fear? They're empowered. You see? They have the hegemon over the whole planet right now. Military bases all around the world. Okay? That's what Esau has. All right? But the Most High is going to take it down. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, already prophesied his downfall. And that's why society is falling at a rapid rate that it is. All right? Let me read that again real quick. Because this ties perfectly into that scripture. It says, start at verse, I'll start here. We do not want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population, and the minister is the man who can straighten out the idea if it ever occurs to any of the more rebellious members. So that's it, man. That's what Margaret Sanger had in her mind. You understand? That was the plan of that whole thing. Okay? But now you have these politicians that you so-called Negroes are looking at and voting for and all that. But guess what? She's one of their heroes, man. This devil. So you see what I mean? So you Jakes are lost, man. You Jakes don't really understand what you're really in, man. You're really, these Edomites already declared war against you, man, from a long time, man. You understand? Biological war, physical war, chemical war. So these Edomites been declared war, but you're still living in La La Land, man. Because what they do it in secret, but the ones who can see, especially now with the internet, the ones that have their eyes open, we know what Esau is doing. There's no excuse for you not to know. And he says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter, right? And that's an evil matter, man. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? So who else fits who else fits the description of the wicked besides Esau, Edom, the so-called white man? Who else fits that? Nobody else fits that, man. It says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. So the Most High is going to be the one to take these Edomites down. All right, so you're looking to take these Edomites down some way within his system. Nah, man, Esau's not going to change. The so-called white man, these devils, they ain't going to change, man. All right. So what you got to do is you got to call upon our power, man, the Heavenly Father, man. You see, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's the only way, because He's going to be the one to take them down through Yahweh Shai. Okay. That's why Trump is talking about a space station, man, a space military, man. They're gonna just waste money for a space military for no reason, man. They know the angels is up there, man. They see those chariots pop up every now and then. People catch that on their phones, man. Those lights in the sky and shit. People catch that on their phones. So Esau knows what's coming. especially if you speak to people from the military, they see that all the time. Esau knows what's coming. He knows what's supposed to be coming, but what he's trying to do is he's trying to, wiggle his way out of judgment, man, or try to trick the Heavenly Father, which is not going to work, right? All this wickedness that you've done across the planet Earth, there has to be an answer for it, man. The Most High's not going to let you just skate into the sunset. Crazy, man. Let's get Zephaniah 2 and 6. Esau thinks he got away with that, but he didn't get away. The Most High knows the Most High is waiting for that time to strike. This is Zephaniah 2 verse. Zephaniah 3 verse 8. And it says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey." All right? For my determination is to gather the nations, man. So the Most High said, wait ye upon me until I rise up to the prey. Okay, the Most High is going to rise up to the prey, man, through his son Yahushua. All right? So we got to wait upon him, man. We ain't trying to take down Esau, Edom physically, man. We're going to take him down through this truth, man. Bringing out this truth. And then the Most High is going to take him out physically, man. All right? And it says, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy, man. So that's it. The Most High is going to bring that nuclear fire, man. That's going to be part of the judgment. All right? So we got to wait for that. Because once that happens, that's when we're going to go straight to the kingdom. But you can't force your way into the kingdom by yourself, man. All right? Let's get because a lot of these Israelites, they're dealing with carnality, man. They're promoting carnality, which that's what Esau is into. He's into carnality. That's why his blessing is the sword, man. So you can't defeat this man based upon carnality. You have to defeat him based upon spiritual power, man. All right? So this is Ephesians 6 and 12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places." All right? Against spiritual wickedness in high places. So that's what we're fighting against, man. When we bring out this word, man, right? And Esau gets cut through the spirit, he can't, there's nobody that he can't call nobody for this, man. And when he does, nothing could be done. Police ain't gonna do nothing. It's gonna, as long as there's no issue, man. The Most High has us out here for now. So the fact that Esau can't do nothing about it, he can't be carnal, and that's what's really pissing Esau off, man. The fact that he can't use his blessing. He can't just do what he used to do and lynch so-called Negroes, man. Right? Or so-called Latinos and Native Americans. Because he used to be able to do that. See a Native American out there and just scalp them, man. But now, right now, the Most High is doing what? He's raising up the children of Israel to curse you devils out to your face, man. All right? Since he's doing that, there's nothing they can do about it, man. And they're getting pissed off about that. That's what's really pissing them off. The fact that we're out here so bold and telling them to their face who they are and who we are. We're not taking it out based upon carnality. Because Esau's into that. He's into bloodshed, man. So-called white man loves to shed blood, man. All right? So what we're doing is we're coming out spiritually. Because we're a spiritual people, you see? The Most High gave us what? Gave us the word of the Heavenly Father, man. To come out here and wake up our people. And then from there, he's going to do the rest. Let's get Wisdom of Solomon 5 and verse 1. And it says, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. And that's what we're doing, man. We're standing in great boldness, man. right? Like the devil that came up 2 weeks ago, man. I was putting on this in that devil's face, man. Telling him he's born into slavery, man. According to the Bible, all right? Because these Edomites are going to have to pay for what they did, man. The Most High, it's written, man. It was written. And it's going to come to pass, you see? And when they're in that position, then that's when they're going to believe. That's when they're going to understand. Let me read that again. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. That's speaking about us, man. All right? The brothers out here on the four corners of the earth pushing this word out, man. In great boldness, man, in the face of these devils, man. Right? All around the world. You see? Because these devils, they don't have that same power they had in the 50s, man. Their power is dwindling, man. And the Most High is going to fully take it, man. Okay? And he's going to put us over them, man. All right? Then they're going to be in slavery, man. You see? That's according to the Bible. All right? Tous les Edomites, le Bible dit que les Edomites, les so-called les Blancs, va être les esclaves, les so-called Noirs, Latinos, and les Native Americans, les Amérindiens, man. That's in the Bible. All right? You're going to be slaves, man. Let's put it that way. If you don't understand English, that's your problem, man. Because me right now, I feel, you know, when I'm in the spirit, I gotta speak that. When I'm in the spirit, I'll speak that French, but English is my first language. Let's continue. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. So they're going to see the elect being beamed up, and that's going to blow them out, blow their mind, man. Okay, because that's not what they were going to be expecting. All right, because Esau, like I said, Esau's not spiritual. He ain't looking for spiritual, anything spiritual. He only believes in what he can see now, what he can observe with a microscope, man. That's why this book, that shows you this book is not for him, man. Okay? And it says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometime in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor, man. And that's what they account our life, man. All right, to be without honor. But the Most High set up Israel to be above all these other nations, man. Okay? But right now, the Most High put our enemies, which is the basis of all nations, above us, man. All right? How is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And his lot is among the saints, man. So they're going to be questioning that. How can they be the children of God? But that's how the Most High set it up. He set it up so that they can be deceived. Just like when David was chosen, Samuel wasn't expecting it to be King David, man, because David looked smaller than his brothers. He didn't look like a warrior. He didn't look like he was fit to be king. But the Most High set him up to be king. All right? And it says, therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto us. And the Son of righteousness rose not upon us, man. All right? Because Yahushua is coming to destroy them, man. He's coming to deliver the elect and destroy the 2/3 of these other nations. All right? So that's what they have to come to look forward to when the Lord comes back. They can't look forward to no salvation. But the Most High is not coming to bring salvation to them. All right? Let's get Hosea, the 1st chapter. Because all this to the world is gonna kind of come like a shock, you know? To the majority of the people, it's gonna come like a shock. Like, damn. Those are the true people of the Most High. Well, it's coming as a shock now, you know, because the Most High is doing what? He has us out here telling you the truth. So it's kind of like a shock when they find out, oh, you're the Israelites, and we bring it out. Yeah, I didn't know the Bible said all that. All right. I didn't know you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans were the children of God. Okay, but it makes sense. Let's get Hosea, the 1st chapter. This is Hosea 1. Hosea. Yes, it's like Hosea 1:10. It says, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered nor cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power." So that's what I'm saying. So out of those places where it wasn't said that we were the Israelites, people are going to confess that we are the Israelites, right? And then the people are starting to confess that now. You got Edomites and other nations making videos saying, listen, yeah, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the children of God, man, according to the Bible, right? So they're acknowledging that truth now, but it's going to come on a grander scale, all right? Because Esau, what he's trying to do is he's trying to hide the truth, but now recently he started to bring the truth to the mainstream. All right, he put it on the CNN, and he did a mistake by putting us on with the Hummington thing. He did a mistake. He tried to demonize, but really a lot of Israelites are getting woken up because of it. Okay, because you can't really do anything against the truth before the truth, man. The Most High set Esau to do that, man, so that once an elect can see that on the news and inquire what is this thing about, right, and then watch a few videos, and then boom, he's sealed. He's woken up. All right? The Most High said it like that way. All right? So at the end of the day, the Most High made Israel special. But right now, at this point in time, the Most High brought us to this low state. So this is the reason why these people won't believe that we're the Israelites, because of the state that we're in. All right? When you look at it, even in this low state, man, listen, man, we're superior at everything, man. All right, Israel does everything better, man. Okay, when it comes to any type of physical thing, forget about it, man. Any type of mental thing, really, forget about it, because all these inventions you see, for the most part, were created by Israelites, man. All right, I could be here all day naming the things that were created by Israelites, but Esau doesn't like to give Israel the credit, man. Like I read in Wisdom of Solomon 5. It says that made no account of his labors. They didn't make account of our labors. All right? And you can go and watch that movie, Something the Lord Made, with the first person to do the successful heart surgery, which was a so-called black man. Right? He was basically working for this guy, but the guy, the Edomite, got the credit for it, man. The so-called white boy got the credit for it, but the really was the so-called black man who did it. You see? So that's just one account, man. That was countless accounts that happened, man. Countless accounts. All right? It was a regular practice. Let's get Deuteronomy 76. This is Deuteronomy 7, verse 6. And it reads, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth." So the Most High created us to be above all people that are upon the face of the earth. All right? So you Israelites, you out there marching and trying to be equal. The so-called white man ain't trying to make you on his level, man. We're above these Edomites, man. The reason why Esau is on that level right now is because the Most High gave him the power for a certain time. But now he's taking it from him. You see? That's why society is being broken down. All right? So the Most High is going to, when we get into the kingdom, we're not going to be equal with you. We're not going to make all men equal. No, man. We're going to make, we're going to put everyone in their rightful place, man. Esau's going to be under our feet, man. All right? Right along with the rest of these other nations. Because the Most High set up Israel as that special people. All right? get 2nd Ezra 6 and 54 real quick. Second Ezra 6, verse 54, and it says, "And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen." All right, so it's speaking about all the nations, man, going from the Israelites all the way down to the Edomites and the Ishmaelites, all other nations. All right, and it says, "All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes." For whose sakes? Ezra was an Israelite from the tribe of Levi, so this was for the Israelites' sake. This was for our sakes, man. Okay? That's who the world was created for. Okay? It wasn't created for these other nations. They were created to serve us, man. All right? And when the kingdom of heaven, that's what's going to happen, man. There ain't going to be no equality in the kingdom of heaven, man. The Israelites are going to be above all other nations, and even within the Israelites, there's going to be a order. And it says, "As for the other people, which also come of Adam," so for the other nations, which also come of Adam, right? "Thou hast said that they are nothing, but be unto spittle." All right, so he's saying the Most High said that those other nations ain't nothing, man. All right, but be like unto spittle, which is spit. Okay, the Most High created the nation of Israel to be precious, and these other nations to be as nothing. All right? And it says, "And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel." Right? So if you have a bucket of water, right, and you have a few drops that fall, you're not worried about those few drops. You don't go back and try to save those few drops. Nah, man. You deal with the bucket of water, because that's the main prize. You see? And it says, "And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and devour us," man. So that's what the Most High did as a punishment for us, man. He put these heathen over us, man. And in this day and age, it was the worst, because he put the lowest heathen over us, man, which is the Edomites, man. All right, the so-called white man, the so-called white people. Those are the lowest of all nations. All right. That's why the Most High gave them that curse of leprosy, man, where they burn up in the sun, man. The Most High gave them that. That's not a natural thing, man. A person ain't supposed to look like that, man. They're supposed to have melanin, man. They're supposed to have pigmentation, man. But because the Most High had such a hatred for the so-called white man, he did that to him, man. He made him look like that. Okay? But now these people, they're over us. They're making fun of us, man, for having melanin, which is what we're supposed to have. You see? And amongst other things. All right? Let's get Job 30, because that goes into specifically the Edomites, man. All right? The Most High set up Esau for a period of time to rule over us, man. And that's a great punishment. That's how this is the last rulership. After this, there ain't no more, man. Because we've been under everyone. We've been under the Persians, the Babylonians, but then the Most High said, "No, I'm going to put the Edomites over you, man." This is Job 30 and verse 1. "But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to set with the dogs of my flock." So Job said he wouldn't even allow the Edomites to stay where his dogs were at, man. Why? Because we know how Edomites get down with dogs, man. We know how these so-called white people get down with dogs. All right? They get freaky, man. All right? So that's why Job said, "Listen, man, I wouldn't even let them sleep with my dogs or lay with my dogs." All right? And he said, "Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished? For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste." Right? So they were fleeing into the wilderness because they were chased out of the wilderness. Chased into the wilderness. It says, "Who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men," right? They were driven away, right? "They cried after them as after a thief. Because everywhere Esau Edom goes, he steals, and he's just a complete scumbag, man. All right, that's why when you look into those so-called Jews, those Edomites calling themselves Jews, they were really, they go back to what, the Khazarian Empire, right? And they were kicked out of every land that they were into, man. Every land, man. Even their own brethren, man. Right? They were getting kicked out of every land because they knew that they were scumbags. You see? But now these people rule the world. These people are giving you laws, man. They're telling you what's righteous. They're telling you what's moral, man. These same scumbags that were kicked out of every other land that they were into, man. That's how the Most High set it up. And that was a punishment unto us. All right? And yet our people still don't want to humble down to understand that they are the Israelites. All right? And come back to the Most High. And it says, to dwell in the cliffs of the rock and of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks, all right? So they were dwelling in the caves, man. We know that. We know that. Jake been calling Esau a caveman for the longest time, man. All right? The word Caucasian, right? It goes back to what? The Caucasus Mountains. The caves. You see? They were driven forth from among men. All right? And it says, among the bushes they brayed. And the word braid means that's what horses do. That's what donkeys do. They braid. Because back then, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he didn't have a language. So he was communicating kind of like how horses or donkeys communicate in the caves. That's how they were living. All right? That's what Job is speaking about. And it says, under the nettles, they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. All right? So back then, right? So Job is saying that they were children of base men. They were low people. All right? But these same people, they're over him right now, in this present day. They're over his people, right? Because we're the Israelites. So those same people that Job is speaking about, that didn't have a language, that were in the caves, now they're over us, you see? And it says, they were viler than the earth. But now the Most High put that pride in them, so now they feel like they're somebody. But really they're nobody, man. Their actions still prove that they're the same scumbags that were in the caves, man. All right? All the stuff that they did across the world, across the planet, and still doing. Stealing people's natural resources, you know? Destroying whole countries. Creating third world countries. You know? Polluting the world. That's based upon the so-called white man. That's based upon Esau Edom. So, you could dress up a rat and put a three-piece suit on him, but he's still going to be a rat. You understand? You could dress up a snake, put on some Jordans, right? But it's still a snake. Okay? You can't